All right, guys, it's that time. You already know you can't go on Instagram without having every single person who owns a truck from anything leveled to any level lifted talking about it. The biggest truck meet of the year. Daytona goddamn Truck Meet 2021. But is it all talk, or is it worth taking the time off work and driving across the country to attend? That's why I'm here to figure out what's the hype behind Daytona Truck Meet. Cue badass intro. So before we even get started, I want you to know that you can get your truck ready for the biggest shows of the year with wheels, tires, and suspension from Custom Offsets. It probably won't be here before Daytona because shipping times and you installing it, and yeah, you get the idea, but there's always the next one, right? Okay, so this is probably the biggest truck show slash meet in the country. If you're looking for some excuse or event to get out of town and have a blast on vacation, this is the show for it. For us up in Wisconsin, it was always one of those shows that was like a, yeah, it would be neat one day type of thing. And we said it year after year until finally in 2021, we decided to go and make it happen for the first time. We unveiled the first phase of our SEMA build there, and I also drove my 1994 Ford Bronco with no floor pan all the way there and back. It was a great time. Like seriously, it was so worth it. But we never made it to the beach. You know, the world's most famous beach, Daytona Beach. But that was kind of because we had a booth for Archon at the show, which is now host of the Daytona National Speedway. So it was kind of our fault for going there to work and have no playtime. But hey, there's always next year, right? But Daytona didn't start at the Speedway or on the beach. It actually started in a typical parking lot truck meet. The first Daytona Truck Meet was in 2014 in a Burlington parking lot with 500 trucks. Not much different than your local Friday night meetups, burnouts, and all of that. The 2014 truck scene was interesting to say the least, but it was a big time for truck owners to kind of get out there and go crazy and start modifying with unique wraps, headlight builds, and of course, wheels, tires, and a lift kit. The whole plan was to host the meet on the beach, but the day of, the beach got shut down on them and they had to improvise and make a parking lot meet of it. Not exactly what you think of when you think of the nowadays Daytona Truck Meet. 2015 came around and so did Hands On with the official Custom Offsets and Team Stance theme song, Flexed. If you're a true OG viewer, you know what I'm talking about. Big trucks, jacked up.
See that pit bull rolling on the block, looking oh so mean. Gripping on the road on the 35, jacked to the sky so high. Oh my, we ride on the.
Hell yeah. Our boys Sparks Media used that for his official edit of the Daytona Truck Meet 2015. You can see how much bigger the meet became, going from a parking lot with a handful of trucks to all of a sudden having 3,500 on a beach and causing a huge uproar for all of the folks in Daytona who are either retired and just wanting to go to the beach and hang out, or the innocent families with little kids who just wanted to chill and have a good time. But hey, they got stuck enjoying a beach truck show instead. Truck Fever got the licensing and insurance necessary to safely host a beach meet the right way this time, and it definitely showed, with 2015 being the first year of Daytona Beach Truck Meet. It didn't help that they anticipated 500 to 1,000 trucks on the beach and 3,500 showed up, but it just goes to show that Florida was ready for a big meetup and so was the rest of the country, as word of the beach meet got out to social media and people started coming from further away to hit up the meet. Unfortunately, beach authorities claim that 2016 wouldn't happen regardless of permits because of the insane numbers of trucks that showed up for the 2015 meet. Jordan from Truck Fever had to work harder and connect with the right people to make it happen for the next year. 2016 rolls around and there are 8,000 trucks on the beach. Specialty forged wheels popping up all over the place, and Daytona Truck Meet has gone from the biggest truck meet in Florida to the biggest truck meet in the country. You can see the evolution of the truck scene and style too throughout the years. By 2016, you've already got the big ballers on 24x16s with fully powder coated suspension, over 8 inches of lift, and billet wheels. The Florida truck scene knows how to ball out, and I think the builds mixed with the beach make the staple of Daytona Truck Meet about as iconic as it can get. Daytona Truck Meet worked with police, local beach authorities, and added extra staffing to make sure that the show went off without a hitch. And it was poppin'. This was also the last year of Daytona Truck Meet happening on a beach. With pressure from the city and authorities, it was unfortunately time to move on to a more controlled venue. Bum, bum, bum. As if the previous years weren't enough, Truck Fever came back for 2017 with bigger plans than before, all while knowing the issues that had come up in previous years. Although it wasn't on the beach, the new Daytona venue for 2017 was hosted in a convention center with indoor and outdoor parking to make it a show and meet all in one. American Force made their presence known with the largest show booth to date back then, taking over much of the indoor parking with their show builds. The idea was for the convention center to last a couple of years, with plans to rent out the full indoor arena in 2018 and keep rolling with that venue, but there were bigger plans. 2018 became the first year of Daytona Truck Meet being hosted at the Daytona International Speedway, and I'll tell you what, That's probably one of the coolest and best backdrops for a truck show meet that I've ever seen in person. Having thousands of grandstands in the background and booths and trucks going on for forever, it became the new expectation for the Daytona truck shows, and it probably is going to be the venue for a long time with lots of space to grow and take over. It seems like Daytona 2018 was also the year that it truly blew up for people coming from all over to attend this show. You do a quick YouTube search and you've got people coming in all over for the show, for the beach, or for both. You just see videos everywhere on it. Vendors have a space to put up booths, there's a bikini contest, burnout pit, the whole 9 yards, and of course, people could still head to the beach and hang out, and you best believe that happened all weekend long. 2019 was the first year that a majority of our team attended personally, and the experience was awesome. I touched on it a little previously, but for the whole Archon team to be down there debuting our new build and our new wheels was a blast. And getting to hang out with some of our homies and see Daytona was great as well. Shit, my family even made a vacation out of it to come check out the show and see my Bronco when I first got it done. That year, Kane Brown also made a surprise appearance with a couple of his trucks and rolled up to the American Force booth, which, by the way, American Force had an insane setup at the show. Giant metal trusses, banners, a live DJ, and a shit ton of beautifully done trucks. American Force owned the show and has been owning it with their massive presence every year. 2020, what a shit show of a year. Shows didn't look promising and pretty much none happened. With that, Daytona Truck Meet pushed back their date as much as possible to ride out the storm and scheduled for Labor Day, which is obviously a few months after their typical June showtime. This got into the way of other shows that were planned for later in the year, and I know we were super bummed that we couldn't go because Lifted Truck Nationals was the weekend after. The city of Daytona definitely noticed an awkward lull in June as well, when essentially 0 trucks showed up because obviously it was postponed. About 100 trucks showed up and complied with local law enforcement, and it was really no big deal, which is kind of crazy considering in 2018 they had 2,100 citations, and in 2019 there were 1,800 citations. But of course, September came around and Daytona Truck Meet was back, baby. Hosted at the Daytona International Speedway for the 3rd year in a row, Daytona Truck Meet went off without a hitch and looked like a blast. Over 35,000 spectators and 5,000 custom builds attended last year, and it just continues to grow. Considering it was Labor Day weekend and COVID was a thing, I think the turnout wasn't as strong as it could have been, but still a great turnout, if that makes sense. I have a feeling that Daytona Truck Meet 2021 is going to be the largest yet, with more hype behind it, and the angst of sitting inside with virtually 0 shows last year has everybody ready to come out bigger and better this year, to show out and show off. This year's again hosted at Daytona International Speedway, with registration and booth spaces already sold out. So what's the hype behind Daytona Truck Meet? It's a meet-turned-show born through enthusiasts who just wanted to have a good time and see some badass builds. Each year, through support from you guys who attend, it has grown and grown into the beast it's evolved to be today. If there's one show out of your state that you need to make your way to attend and check out, it's definitely Daytona. Easily the #1 show each year, and no, none of this is sponsored by Truck Fever or Daytona. We're just really excited to head down south and have a blast with everybody and see you guys down there as well. So, we'll see you there.
Taking over the game. Trucks decked out, roll it to the wood and it flexed out. Rims so big in the windows black, got the lot all lit up, double chromed out stacks. Yeah, we love to get them dirty, but still they so clean. Custom offsets, team stances, the team, we on top of it now. We ain't never gon' fade, so you better get ready, we're taking over the